10 loco pilots, including 4 women who work on different routes of the Vande Bharat Express, have been invited to attend the swearing-in ceremony of Modi 3.0. The female loco pilots are Surekha Yadav, Preeti Sahu, Shine Srivastav and Aishwarya Menon. Along with them, rat miners who rescued 41 workers trapped in the Silkyara tunnel and Shramjeevis who contributed to the construction of the new parliament building are also on the special invitees list. Remember, the swearing-in will take place at 7:15 p.m. this evening. Sujata Pandey, political analyst, is with us live. Anurag Naidu, political analyst, also joins the broadcast. Anurag, clearly, of course, it's a special invitees list for Modi 3.0 swearing-in ceremony. The foreign dignitaries there, but also the ordinary Indians. Anurag, can you hear me? Okay, we've lost Anurag there, but let me also bring in Sujata Pandey at this point. Sujata Pandey, clearly, of course, this is a big message being sent out by the Modi government. We are clearly, of course, seeing how, there are foreign dignitaries invited as per a neighborhood first policy approach, but also the Shramjeevis who toil to work on the new parliament, the locomotive pilots who drive the Vande Bharat trains, which is an ambitious project of the Modi government. Also, female loco pilots and also, of course, other Shramjeevis being invited today. What do you make of this guest list?
So, this is not just this particular case. You have also seen for the Padma awardees, when it was extended beyond the echo chambers, where you saw a lot of commoners getting Padma awards, and that's why it was called People's Padma. So I think that has been the way the government has decided, that it will not just be the government for the people, but it will also be of the people, and it will have the sentiments of the people together. I think one of the messages that probably government is trying to give is that this is a government which knows its people, appreciates their effort, and will award it. Because one of the narrative which came out of the entire some of the seats that the BJP lost is because that they were not accessible to people. They were, there were some anti-incumbents against the sitting MPs, etc. So I think this is also a measure to go to the people, get common people who are never ever seen in a swearing-in ceremony, कि ये सरकार जो है वो लोगों की सरकार है, प्रधान सेवक की सरकार है, किसी राजा की सरकार नहीं, किसी राजकुमार की सरकार नहीं, किसी शहजादे की सरकार नहीं है. So I think that is a very clear message that's been sent out.
Yes, absolutely. Anurag Naidu also, I'm being told, is joining us. Anurag, special invites being issued to so many ordinary Indians, but Indians who are reflective of the New India growth story. The Shramjeevis, Anurag, the loco pilots, including the women loco pilots, the rat miners who rescued those trapped in the Silkyara, the rat miners rather, who were rescued from the Silkyara tunnel. Also, the other, of course, Shramjeevis who worked on the parliament. Clearly, of course, a very interesting but impressive guest list, isn't it, Anurag?
Oh, well, absolutely. I think none other than Mr. Modi. I mean, Mr. Modi has been a king of messaging, and, he's been transformative in many sense, not just, for the viewers who is watching NewsX today, we must tell is that, it's not once, it's not for the first time that Prime Minister Modi is doing something like this. If you see the awards, the Padma awards, you need to understand back in the days when the UPA government was there, it used to be an elitist affair, people lobbying from, you've seen how the Neera Radia tapes, used to control the government formation, the awards, there were lobbyists, broker, and only the elite people from the Bombay or the page 3 guys would end up getting the award. But Prime Minister Modi has really brought this kind of transformational change where the common citizen or the people who have really contributed to the growth, the brick and brick of this country, they have been appreciated, they have been acknowledged, and not once. It's been several instances where Prime Minister Modi has shown tremendous respect to these people who are challenged otherwise, who have their own set of constraints, but then they've been able to contribute to the nation building of India. And I think this one is again, a lot of people have been saying it's an NDA government, not Modi's government, and he has to bow down to the way the alliance wants them to. But it clearly appears that Prime Prime Minister Modi has his way through, the way he wants to have the events organized, the way he wants to formate the government, the way he wants to run the affairs of India, I think it is signaling, because let's also understand, Prime Minister Modi himself comes from a very, very marginalized section. He's been a backward class by the community. He's always been, I won't definitely refer to the Chaiwala, but of course, the whole of India knows he's a common Karyakarta, he's the Swayam Sevak from the sun. He's been sleeping on the floor on the mat and working relentlessly for building the party, building the Sangathan. So he's a man of Sangathan. He's known each and every step. He knows the pain of the challenge and the poor section of the country, the middle class of the country. He knows all of it, and he finds every way, every single opportunity that comes his way, where he can acknowledge the contribution of a common citizen, common contributor of this country. He leaves no stone unturned to recognize them, give them due respect. And I think also, let's not one more signaling which really touched my heart is, when the president, Rashtrapati Mahamahim Rashtrapati herself offered dahi chini to Pradhan Mantri, and that is a kind of affection, because she was not just a Rashtrapati when she was offering the sweet, but she was, as a sister, she's somebody who's known the effort of Prime Minister Modi towards this marginalized communities across, whether it is Adivasi, SC, ST, tribal. The kind of affection that he has towards Chirag Paswan. We are all evident on the screen. So I think we must understand that nothing has changed. Prime Minister Modi is still the same. Prime Minister Modi still loves to exhibit the love that he has for the marginalized, the challenged section of the society, and he wants to acknowledge every bit of their contribution to the nation building.
Right. Also now, if we talk about the neighborhood, first approach adopted in the invites issued to the foreign dignitaries, Sujata, what do you make of that? It was the SAARC leaders invited in 2014. In 2019, it was the BIMSTEC leaders invited. And this time, of course, a neighborhood first approach as far as the foreign dignitaries are concerned.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a very famous saying, if you remember, that you can't change your neighbors, you can have problems, but you can't change your neighbors. I think Prime Minister Modi, like a true global leader, recognizes this fact better than everybody else.
Stay with us. It certainly, of course, is an important day with, of course, the Prime Minister's swearing-in ceremony scheduled later this evening.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.